he's still around, but he's no longer with the Methodist Church. I think the bishop and him got into it some kind of a way there because the Methodist Church have changed over the years. They now want to accept women into the ministry, or they have accepted women into it. And there was one time that a woman did not stand behind the pulpit in the church. And so, of course, there's a scripture of the Bible that supports that. But some of them say in there, because I've read where it's a little old small scripture there that speaks, but it never says that a woman should be over a man. And I'm not getting off into that. Anyway.
Who would attend the banquets?
Oh, well now the banquets, everyone. You would have whites, you would have blacks, you would have people from out of town. We would put on we would have singing, we'd have people that sang from different churches, and most spiritual is what we would have them sing. We didn't have any blues singers, but spiritual, because it was kind of, the Norris Community Club itself was kind of centered around spiritual minded people, kind of centered around Christ, because we didn't want to get way off into the center of people from wrong walks of life. We wanted to keep it around the church because the church is where it started. So we said that we would keep it kind of spiritual like. And that's where everything that we had was kind of based on Christianity in some kind of a way. We were either helping people to prepare themselves to where they could help themselves better. And many of us had different skills. We didn't ever come up with no on-the-job training building, but we would teach people what they needed to know. We have repaired bicycles and things for the kids that people would give us bikes, donate bikes, broke down near Christmas. And of course, me myself, I was good at that, but mechanical on bikes and what have you. And we'd get together and we'd fix them up, and then we would donate it to children and things during the Christmas season, and along with other gifts that people would donate, you know.
Would you ever give financial support to a candidate that you liked?
Financial report, no. Now, that's the one thing that we could not do according to the charter of the organization. You couldn't support no candidates. Well, and anything we could do what we chose to do with our money, as long as in the bylaws, you know, of the guidelines of the organization. Because it was non-profit, you know, they have, so it's kind of tricky on that non-profit stuff. You can give it to people, individual, like there's now families, we have gave families money. You know, write them out a check, but we'd have to show what the money was for. And as long as we had that to keep on record, well then it was fine. Well, the families, their kids needed clothing, they needed food. If someone donated us food, we'd give it to them. But we had to keep a record on what we would do with the stuff, you know, when people gave it to us. In order to, because now the internal revenue, they never would come in and challenge us, but I'm sure they would if they found that if they heard about we doing some wrong stuff with the materials and things that we were getting. But that never happened because we was straight and went strictly by the rules and regulations with that.
What about individuals in the Norris community? Did you ever pull out your wallet and give money to a candidate?
Oh, no.
Couldn't do that.
No, I've never done that.
Okay.
But now individuals.
Individuals.
Now an individual, whether if he weren't running for office or nothing like that, and they were in need or wanted to borrow, well, I have my own money not the organization, because I'd have to write out something in order to get it from the organization. But now, out of my own pocket, now, yeah, I gave a lot of people money and stuff.
Because that's one way of getting them to take an interest in you. If you say, well, I'll give you so much for campaign posters or for your campaign.
No, we never used that method for no candidate. We would support the candidate. Now, like mouth-to-mouth conversation, or pass out flyers for them that they printed up and stuff like that. Now, we would do that. But no, not go into the treasury and say we're going to have so many copies. No, nothing like that. We couldn't do it on account of our charter.
Right. What was the I guess the most first question I want to ask is what's the key charge of the Norris Community today? I mean, Norris Community Club today.
The Norris Community Club today is non-existent.
Right. Okay.
No.
But there's a new club that replaced it. Is there the Progressive Club?
Yeah, the Progressive Club. I was the author, the president of that organization as well. But it never did get off the ground, actually. I had, well, there were some sisters in us, and they were all, pretty much all of them were school teachers, and they just actually did not take interest in it. I wrote it up along with their help, and then I sent it to got it approved through the comptroller's office, and also through the Secretary of State, and they sent us a charter. But I never did get to finish all the details of the charter once we became the charter. They didn't want to follow through with it. So you have to have officers, and you have to have their names and what those officers are actually doing. We had like 5 standing committees in the organization, and we couldn't find the committee chairmen. They didn't want to do their part as to reach out and get members for that particular organization, for that particular whatever they were doing, like if they were the welfare committee or whatever committee that they were going to represent, they would have to have their own people in that. And then at a meeting where we would all meet, but I was the one that had to keep tab with all of them to make sure that they were falling in line with what they were supposed to do with the organization that they were over, with the section, a portion of it, with the guidelines that we had for the welfare committee, for the political publicity committee, and the different organizations. Well, then you had to have a chairman for each organization. And of course, that chairman had its own members there, but I was the overall chairman of the organization, the whole organization as a whole, and we would meet and find out what they were doing in the welfare committee. How many people are you serving, or just how are you going about it, and all this, and make sure that they were in line, with the charter that we had, and the guidelines of that charter, rather. And so this would take place. Of course, I had help with the guys from the college out here. Larry, he was one of the main ones, and MacArthur Evans, he was at one time with the police department here on campus. And so was Larry Mathis. He was an officer, I think, with that. Of course, now